What is Torchy's Tacos? Torchy's Tacos, they started in Austin, Texas, and they were originally a food truck. The first restaurant that opened was in 2006 by founder Mike Ripka. Torchy's has over 75 locations across 11 of the United States. Torchy's donates tacos, time, and resources to cancer research at MD Anderson, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and addiction recovery at Phoenix House. And each individual store helps out in the community around them. Torchy's also likes to give back to their employees by offering 50% off of their food.
Okay, I'm doing my part of the presentation of Torchy's Tacos is going to be about their leadership roles and what kind of steps they take to become or to keep being successful. The CEO of Torchy's is GJ Hart, and in a podcast interview that I listened to, he stated that he planned to double the size of the chain within the next 3 years, sort of using the same business strategies that he used that help businesses like Texas Roadhouse become successful. He says that he has a 5-year strategic plan in place to grow the new stores, which he is now in his 3rd year. He plans on using a managing partner model that he believes will continue to help the restaurant succeed, and he believes that having this successful managing partner model, that it is the right way to build a brand. His plan that he aims to put in place to fill these managing roles and positions is to create the potential for the managing partner to be able to make within the 6-figure range, which will typically make it easier to fill those roles. He believes that word of mouth has been the best strategy that the chain uses. They have started in smaller markets, and by word of mouth, it travels to the larger markets and it builds up the demand for the chain in those areas. He believes that having a variety of markets, such as college towns, urban markets, and suburban markets, is an effective strategy in growing the chain. Also in the podcast, he said that one major challenge that Torchy's and other businesses go through is having a business that people will want to buy into and that are passionate about. He does believe that the managing partner model could be a benefit to overcoming this challenge. Though Torchy's does have leadership roles that make major calls, he states that the whole Torchy's team has a voice. Everyone matters. Everyone's opinion matters, because they all are working towards one common goal, and that is, of course, to be successful. He said he has this saying, and it says, "So goes the leader, so goes the rest," which means if you have a great leader, it helps with employee and manager turnover, and in turn will make for good employees. Torchy's has what's called a people department, and Hart said in the podcast that it's one of the best investments that Torchy's could come up with. Is the people department are trained people who hire and seek out the perfect employees that fit the high volume of Torchy's and make them a part of their team. Now, the main goal for the managing team of Torchy's is to give an elevated experience to their customers, and he says that they aim to give a personalized engagement to each individual customer who comes in.
So moving on to Torchy's Tacos, ethics, corporate social responsibility. Torchy's poises themselves as a non-franchise model. This is honestly a really great thing. With 75 restaurants and being in over 11 states, this is amazing. If you look at places like Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Wendy's, you name it, basically any fast food location, not that Torchy's could really be considered fast food, they are all franchise optional. That means that people can buy in and become owners. But Torchy's kind of likes to take a little bit closer to home. They pride themselves on fresh food and incorporation of their customers into their business model. In the past 5 years, I could only find one public reportable food incident. This is public information. It's not very hard to find. In the restaurant industry, it's not an uncommon thing to have food incidents. I was very impressed that Torchy's had only had one public reportable incident. It had 17 people that were sick, 9 customers, and 8 employees. When the health inspector went out there, they basically said, okay, this is the things you need to fix. A lot of the stuff was fixed the first time, and actually on site, the health inspector came back, everything was fixed. Founder Mike Ripka acknowledges that they are not farm to table by any stretch, but they try to do it what they can. They're not looking for the cheapest ingredients. They try and make sure that they buy good ingredients. This was from a market interview, basically, whenever they started originally talking about going public a few years back. They have taken the COVID-19 pandemic extremely seriously with team member wellness checks, masks, gloves, and hand washing, sanitation, social distancing, occupancy, and training. So, this along includes online ordering, curbside pickup, and contactless delivery through their partners at DoorDash. Moving a little bit forward onto their recommendations, Torchy'S poises itself as a non-franchise model again. So, with that being said, we believe that Torchy'S is doing great at the size they are. Their company can continue their customer-focused platform as they grow their business. They are looking to expand. They're hoping to become an IPO as soon as the 2021 year. Basically, what they want to do is they want to become public on the stock market. Since their company is going through an expansion, it's really, really important that they stick to their roots. And what I mean by that is their customers and their social ethical responsibilities should not be shadowed during this expansion. Essentially, they started and became so popular because they listened to their customers. We as a group believe that for them to continue to be so successful, they need to stick to their customers, continue listening to their feedback. And I believe Hayden is actually going to give a little bit more information on how they really reach out to their customers. So they directly address that food incident immediately, by the way. Torchy's released a public statement saying, this is not us as a company. We take full ownership of the problems and it will be addressed. Along that lines, continue to support your workers. Take a strong stance on food safety incidents. Any company that backs their workers and also owns up for issues is you really can't say anything else. In regard to their social responsibility efforts, do make a transition to support local farmers and local businesses in their areas of operation. So if you support your community, then your community is going to support you. Hayden, I know, is going to talk about a little bit, further on how their Texas market basically has a 95% fresh food, I believe. But I'm going to let him kind of shine the spot on that. And then again, continue just to take a strong COVID-19 stance. Their business is performing extremely well, but by taking care of their customers will be able to support them in the long run. Healthy workers, healthy customers, a healthy business.
Okay, so my topic is managing service and manufacturing operations. And one of the things I found was Torchy's Tacos actually uses this service called Talk to the Manager. And it's a service where customers can text a number that they find everywhere. And it's on the doors, the cups, napkins, bags. And they can text in anonymously their issues with service, and they can get a manager, and if they want to, they could instantly take care of that issue right there. And it's a good way to stay on top of things and easily accessible. But one of the things I thought was, since they have something like that for their customers to take care of that service recovery thing, they should take care of their own people, their employees, and create something that maybe the employees could text and solve issues anonymously with. Maybe they're having issues with another coworker or the manager, something like that. And another thing I found was that they really, really take pride in their fresh ingredients and their quality, and they want people to have the best tacos that they can possibly get. So what they've done is they partnered with ProAct, and it's the largest distributor of fresh food produce in the United States. And they deliver to their locations about 5 times a week to stay on top of the fresh produce. But the issue that I found was only 95% of the locations inside of Texas are the ones that's getting 5 times a week fresh deliveries. So that's an issue that they need to, handle, come across, and expand with their distributor, or they could, as we've talked about before in our presentation, that they're not farm to table, but maybe they should look into it, and it could help with their efficiency. It could, you know, keep them even fresher. People would like that, and it's more economically, not economically, but more green, so to speak. And another thing I found was Torchy's Tacos is one of the very few restaurants that acknowledges that they have a secret menu, so to speak, you would call it. And a lot of this is just kind of, you know, things that customers come across and they build on their own. And what Torchy's has done is they've taken it and ran with it, and it's kind of like an Easter egg, so to speak. And you can actually Google it, and it'll pop up and it'll show you the full layout of the secret menu, and they're adding on to it each time they come across another thing. It's a nice concept, yet the only way you can access it is if you Google search it and go to their link. You can't access it anywhere else on their website, or if you ask for the menu at the counter when you get there. And it's really cool. But one of the things I would say was, you should get easier aids to be able to access this menu, because worst case scenario, you have a deaf person or disabled in some way come to the restaurant, and they want a way to access the secret menu, but worst case scenario, you don't have someone on site that knows sign language or can even get their point across to these people. So what they need to do is maybe have it somewhere as an Easter egg inside the restaurant, just get a little more access to it. And that would cause issues and complaints, because maybe a customer didn't know about it and they see the person behind them get this special menu that they didn't get, and they could complain, and then they'd have to get on top of even more service recovery. So, and the last thing I wanted to say was, last thing I found was that the way they're set up is it's a standard, you go to the counter and order. That's kind of how it is in that industry. But you could help with production and automation if they were to put some screens inside the restaurant, so that people could go up to the screen and manually put their order in and have it sent to the back, and the employees just get on it straight away. And that could help with more disabled customers and deaf persons, and it could help just some users see the menu better. Some people can't see that well. But the main point I want to get across is that it would help with their production. Maybe they'd be faster in the kitchen and less hands-on. You could get more orders in this way. Maybe during rush hour, people wouldn't have to wait as long because their order went through the computer and it's in the system and being processed.
Torchy's organizational culture. Torchy's has an ever-evolving organizational culture. They're focused on building a family within the company between employees and management. Along with the damn good tacos, Torchy's also sells fashionable merch on their websites and in stores that can be worn by employees on the job. These items range from t-shirts and hats to flannels and hoodies. Torchy's has a welcoming culture for future employees and provides a great culture for their current employees. Some recommendations moving forward: they can create more merch that's more unique and outstanding from what they have already, and rotate different designs in the stores, because we think that would bring more attention to the culture, and to their brand. With the pandemic becoming more controlled, and implementation of employee events after hours to help build up that family aspect uh, is something that would be beneficial. Um, they could continue to keep their customers as a part of their culture and provide that excellent customer service. Also, they can continue to implement diversity in hiring and providing that family atmosphere.